doing? You doing?
Welcome to Modelz Talk. Let's talk about it.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to Modelz Talk, y'all. This is your girl, Zahara Gihana. And yes, and we are in the house tonight with a handsome young man, Jalil Donna.
Yes, hey everybody.
Hey, Jalil. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I am fabulous, baby. I am fabulous. Nice to have you on the show. Is it
Yes,
your
thank
first
you.
talk show?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
I know, I can tell. That's all right. We're just gonna chat it up for a little while. Okay. I'm gonna get your perspective from the male point of view.
Okay.
You know, I don't have that many men folk on my show now. So you gotta represent, youngster.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so let's just get right on into it. What brought you into the industry, Jalil?
What first brought me into the industry was I started off acting. And one thing I always heard while acting is modeling, modeling is acting. I'm like, what? That don't even right. So the further I went down the acting path, I got the inspiration to just expand my creativity. I'm like, okay, let me go on this modeling stuff. I might be good for it anyways. So from that point, I just wanted to expand and expand more and more. More things I touched on, the more I wanted to expand on.
So your creative mind said, let's try this.
Yes, and then now let's do this and see how I can incorporate it with this. And this.
And start working out. You had the triangle going, didn't you?
Right.
I know that you had done some work in the arts as far as theater. Tell me about that.
Okay, so I love this story. So it started off after quarantine. After quarantine, I went back into high school. I believe, yes, my 11th grade year. And I was close with my arts teacher. I'm like, why don't we have a theater program? Because I'll always be looking up, trying to get lessons and stuff for acting. And, you know, the acting is model. So most things I would find, it would have some type of modeling a part of it. Because they would always say acting is modeling, modeling is acting. And I'm like, I need more. Like I was doing, I was working my butt off trying to pay for this fee every week, and I'm like, I need something else. Like, and I'm like, hold on, I'm in school. Why don't we have a club or something in school? So I had this real good bond with my arts teacher. She was the department chair for the fine arts. I think that's how I said. And we got together, and she was like, "I'm going to help you make this happen," because she just seen my passion and just wanted to just get my creative going. I guess she seen it in me. So we had a petition going. We had a petition going around. We had made like these little big old art notebooks, and we hung them all around the school because the principal was like, we don't have it because nobody wants to do that. So we're like, okay, let's prove otherwise. So
I'm sure you had artists in the school now. Come on now. I'm sure you had very creative people in the school. I know you were not the only one.
Right. So then first I went around talking to everybody, and they were like, oh, we would love that and stuff like that. Oh, we want to see a performance. Oh, we would love seeing a performance. Just in my day-to-day conversations with random people. Then me and the arts teacher, we created these like crafty, like big old, they was like giant signature paper. Just, I don't know, like it was like giant notebook paper. And it was basically like, if you was interested or if you would want to see something, anything from it, put your name down. And we came up to like 200 something people. And we was like, oh yeah.
Oh,
so we were like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a production right there.
Right. So then the next year, she helped me get it going. We went through, I forgot the little other procedures we went through, but she basically helped me put it together. I know she went through a lot, and I went through a lot to basically prove that this is something that the school wants to see.
Right.
And the next following year, then that's when it started. And that was a bit of an experience too, because a lot of people in that class, most of the people in that class didn't want to be a part of the class. They got thrown into it. So the teacher was like, my teacher, Shelby Taylor, she was like, give it a try. You never know. You explore different things when you do this. And I got my hand on the teacher. I'm like, yeah, y'all give this a try. Like y'all might have something before this.
Look,
So they was
we
like,
work
okay,
hard to get here.
right.
Uh-huh.
So I've built a lot of trust with the environment in the classroom.
Right.
Everyone basically looked at me to help them like just get up and go. They were like, Jalil, go. And I'd be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go because I'm gonna get them up. I know something. This is something different, and I would love to be that light to help them get up next.
Mm-hmm.
And then then during that, we next was putting together a whole production. We was doing small little skits and things like that.
Right. Okay.
And the first production we put together, my teacher chose 5 of us out of the classroom. I was one of them. And the 3 decisions of the production that we had to decide on was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what's the one with the Scrooge?
Oh, well,
The
I
Scrooge.
know what you're talking about. I don't know the name.
Yeah, it's the Christmas movie with the Scrooge because the holidays was coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and Cinderella.
Okay.
Both came down to Cinderella. So we had discussed basically budgeting because we didn't have no money for the theater department. And this was a way for the teacher to also put out like, this is something that everybody wants. So she also used this production to make money for the program to prove to the principal that this is just as big as anything else in the school.
Right.
So Cassie came. I got the role for the prince, and yes, thank you. And
Of course you did.
and the next phase, after everyone got cast, the next phase was figuring out a date.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had all of these. Mind you, it's not really as important as everything else in the school. So we really was struggling with finding a date, right?
Right. Did you
So
were you a football player as well?
no, I played
Okay. So
lacrosse.
this was your baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and this made me feel special, but the teacher and she was like, we finally got a day. Like when it got real thin, because it was just so many events that was planned. I guess how the school works, they have events pre-planned months ahead and things like that. So she was like, the date is December 1st. I'm like, oh, that's my birthday. That's means something.
That's real.
Like, oh, that means
that's
something.
all about me.
Right. So I was like, oh shoot, I was excited. I'm like December 1st, and it was December 1st and December 2nd. And it was like, okay, we can start selling tickets. We sold out first day. We sold out for the first day. And I believe we sold out for the second day too, December 1st and December 2nd. We made the first for the school and the second for everyone, like outside parents and things like that.
Right.
And that was a wonderful production.
Oh,
I was so proud of it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It takes a lot to be able to pull that together. I mean, I can't. You had to work for that whole year, the junior year, in order to get it for the senior year.
Right.
And what a senior year you must have had, because if you
had
had no head man in charge, you walk with the Look at you.
Oh wow.
Look at you. All right, now what is this?
I won prom king. Senior year. I did. What was that? Homecoming and prom king? Yes.
Looking all suave.
That event was intense. It was like president's campaign was going. That was intense. Well, yeah, I got it.
You got it. So once you had that experience under your belt, that was your prompt to try to go into other things. So that brought out more of your creativity. Am I correct?
Yes. From that point, I really tried to do more research, but at that time, I really didn't have the money to get into certain things. So I'm like, okay, I need to. How we gonna like get in between the cracks of trying to get more experience? Had a substitute for my theater teacher was out, and I had a substitute, and she so happened to be a director, and we were I came into class late, and my class was like, Jalil, she's a director. She's a director. She's gonna
Oh,
have us
oh,
do games.
they're looking out for you, Jalil.
It was like, Jalil, you come do the game. She a director. She got us playing games. You gotta come do them. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And I was like, hey, nice to meet you. What are we doing? So she
Mm-hmm.
introduced the game. It was some type of acting animal representation game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember by heart how it goes, but we did that because I'm like, and I was kind of nervous doing it. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Just a little
But
far left for me.
yeah, but I'm like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. It won't hurt to try.
So
So
you had to become an animal.
base everyone had to guess the animal you were. She gave you the animal and they had to guess the animal in the area. It was the area you were in and the animal you
Mm-hmm.
were. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Stretch like a
boy,
tree. Be a tree.
yeah.
Be a tiger. Mine
Right.
would be meow.
Right. And then she started off. I remember she started off, she was a gorilla and she was just like, whoo, whoo, and we was just like, oh.
Oh, oh.
Right. And then that's when they was like, all right, who's next? And everybody's like, Jalil, go. And I'm like, oh my God.
What have I gotten myself into?
For real. Then she had me be a flamingo. That was and I'm like, how in the world? And she was like, use your mind to do it. And I was doing it, and we basically had a ball in that class trying to put it together. And at the end of the class period, she was like, I want your information. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay.
No.
Then the students in the class went around and told the arts teacher that I put together the whole program with. She was like, you didn't give her a headshot? I'm like, no, I don't have one.
Oh no.
She was like, no, we're gonna get you a headshot. I'm gonna go get papers for you. As soon as you need to go book one now, let me know when you book one. When you come back, we're gonna print your resume on the little the front back thing.
Okay.
She did all that for me.
That
And then
teacher
I
was in
had
your
gave it to
corner,
her.
baby. You still in contact
Yeah.
with her?
Yes.
Good. Good. And I know she's watching your career and just grinning from ear to ear.
Yes, definitely. And then the next time I saw her, I thought I was not going to see her again, and she
Mm-hmm.
popped up, and I said, "Look what I have," and she took it, and she contacted me like a month later for her first. I think it was her first short film that she directed, and that was my first short film right there. I was like, "Oh, there we go."
What? What?
Yes,
Short? You got a shirt off of that?
yes. I was
You
like, "There
just
we go."
never know.
Right.
You know. So what was the short film about?
It went into depth of her I believe her childhood.
Mm-hmm.
um Harlem around the early 80s, where it was surrounded around drugs and sex and things like that. And
Harlem Bell.
mhm. And it it went around this adventure of a girl named Jezebel and her life around basically the drugs, the gang activity, and basically her struggle of
Shoot.
growing up in Harlem. uh
Yeah,
I
baby.
guess that's when I was dealing the drugs right there.
Mm-hmm. Were you a lead?
No, I was a side.
Okay. And in your side role, how did it feel going from the stage and acting to actually being in front of a camera? Were you nervous then?
Yes. I'm not even gonna hold it. Just it was just just a little bit though. The people that I was around made it very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And once it was they talked me through everything. They were talking everyone through everything. And once they said
Mm-hmm.
go, it was just like, okay, just do it. And we got the shots.
Wonderful. That deserves that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this for you.
You
Give
know,
you this. Yes.
thank you.
Yes. So how was it having, actresses on your side and you had done this? Did you do more than one theater production?
Yes. I ventured also to being we was doing lots of skits for middle school kids. Like I know when the drug free season came around and the
Mm-hmm.
breast cancer season, we came up me and the class came up with little skits to perform for the kids that will travel to our high school.
Mhm.
And we did those for the kids. I threw on the mascot, and they was all screaming and trying to grab me. So, and as I just explored, just doing those different things, I just grew more and more love for what I was doing, storytelling, entertaining, and I'm just like, okay, this is every time I do it, I just something grows in me more for it. And I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. Like,
And how
yeah,
long have you been doing it? How long have you been doing this thing in the industry?
3 years now, I believe. Yes, I started when I was 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like three years now. I don't think it's four, but it's three. I believe it's three, or almost three.
Mm-hmm. And look how much you have accomplished in just 3 years.
Yes.
You're in New York.
Yes. Um, Sometimes I do have to take a step back from myself and be like, okay, look what you've done. Do not, do not be ashamed of yourself. Don't bash yourself. Do not stress yourself out. You
Mm-hmm.
have made progress, because I have such a huge vision. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to
Well,
do more.
okay. Share with
And
us. What is your vision for yourself?
I want to basically be an inspiration for just from my observation of this generation,
Mm-hmm.
especially throughout high school when it came to starting the program and just being around a lot of kids that I could have a light for or
Mm-hmm.
inspiration for, or it gives them that extra oomph.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how that feels. I know how it feels, and I still got to push myself to do the extra oomph, get
Mm-hmm.
get done movies and short films, and to even walk on the runway. And I know it's not easy.
Right.
And so basically, my vision is basically to be on doing any types of storytelling, whether that's dancing, acting, model. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
You did? What?
Stay tuned for
Jalil, I
that.
didn't know you did. I didn't know you had that in you, son.
Uh-huh. And
What?
just
I'm so
basically
excited. I
everything.
can't wait.
It's just basically everything. I also want to have that platform to where you can do everything. I want
Mm-hmm.
to basically do everything. I want to live off me being expressive. Yes, being self-expressive and being a what's the word I want to use?
Motivator?
Being a motivator, all of the above, to
Influential?
be honest. All of the above. I want to storytell and people be like, I can do that. I can
Mm-hmm.
do that. I can do that. Like, yes, you can do that.
Now, where are we dancing at? Can we talk about it yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Damn,
Not
son,
yet.
I
I'm
got me a.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, will you come back when you're able to talk about it
Oh yes,
and talk about it with me and
definitely.
share
But
your
I
experience?
definitely, but I can't say ballroom. It is ballroom.
Jalil.
Definitely will come back and get into that.
Jalil. Do you know how many black boys you know talk about some ballroom?
No, not much.
So maybe you can be an influence in that arena.
Yes, definitely.
That's a lot of work.
And
That
I'm
is
willing. I'm willing to do it.
wow. I can't wait to see you. I
Yeah.
know you're gonna be fabulous. I have
Thank
no
you.
doubt about it. I don't know what you're gonna be doing but oh, look at the
Uh
gentleman. Look at you, Mr. Suave.
That was my first fashion. That was my first runway fashion show. Yes.
Was it? Do you remember who it was with?
It was with my school, Georgia Gwinnett College. That was
Mm-hmm.
in April.
Mm-hmm.
That was the experience as well. We had practice every Tuesday and Thursdays. Um, it's a big difference from where I am now, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a little bit chaotic, but overall, I did really enjoy my experience. I enjoyed meeting the different people in school and just learning how to walk. We had walking in people who walked in good shows before that was instructing us,
Mm-hmm.
and they was basically teaching us everything they knew. And when it was time to do the show, we killed it, and we was all jumping, excited, like how we do now after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, it led me to where I'm at now.
Wow. And so when you see the behind the scenes from where you were as a teenager, then where you are now, You said there's a major difference. What are the differences you're seeing? Because that would have been was it a student production that you did for the fashion show?
Um,
Or did somebody come to the
that,
school to produce it?
yes, someone he does it every year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he comes to the school or if he's no, he has some type of authority in the school, and he does do that every year
Mm-hmm. So
to
do you
help.
plan to go back and do it for them?
Yes, I want to so bad. I'm like, my walk walks like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it.
Your
Like,
baby bad. I give it to you. You suave
thank,
on that runway,
thank
especially
you.
when you did the movies. I've seen your work, so I can brag on you and say that.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And you know I'll pull you aside in a minute, just like I was teaching you how to take off that jacket and not look
Uh-huh.
sloppy. You better been practicing too.
Oh, I have been practicing.
You
I'm like,
got
oh
it?
yeah. Wait till next rehearsal.
Okay,
Wait till
that's what I'm
the
talking
next.
about. Look at this.
Oh,
Who was this, Jalil?
that was from a shoot that I did a few months ago
Mm-hmm.
with the designer of House of Floor
Mm-hmm.
and Avenue X. Um, I
That has to be
forgot
intense.
I forgot the name of the piece, but this was my first magazine shoot.
What?
This was the first magazine shoot.
That was stunning.
Thank you. And um I did learn a lot while I was shooting that.
Mm-hmm.
She was teaching me Miss B was teaching me things on like how to do your eyes when it comes to the camera, the positions you were in. And a lot of things I grasped on at the moment, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a deeper understanding now, especially when it comes to things like editorial or moving or showing off the clothes and facial
Mm-hmm.
expression now.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to know who Bree is.
Oh, you know her?
Yes, I've worked with Bree plenty of times. People used to
Yes,
call
she's
us mother and
amazing.
daughter.
She's amazing.
She is amazing, and I love me some Bree. You look good together. You look
Yes, we
real good,
do.
and I know she does a lot for Avenue X.
Yes.
You gonna do some more with her?
Yes, I'd love to. I love working with her.
Mm-hmm. So, what haven't you done that you would like to do?
Um, it's still so much that I want to do. Like, I want to like the dancing. I want to learn every dance. I want to get into instruments. I want to get into live streaming on the game live streaming. I think that would be entertaining just because my
Mm-hmm.
reactions and things like that, especially when I play the scary games. Um, I want to do feature films. I want to be in the MCU so bad.
And then what?
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. I
Um,
want to I want to do that so bad.
on that. What is that, baby?
Excuse me.
What is that? I have no clue about this. The
Marvel
Marvel
is
something
basically
universe. Okay, what is
Marvel
MCU?
is the world of superheroes and the supervillains. So you got that's where the Iron Man, the Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
you
got
got DC. DC's the Wonder Woman, Superman. But I don't really do
you.
DC.
On the okay. Excuse me. You're on the Marvel side.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to know my husband is a Stone Cold Marvel fan. Okay, when
Uh-oh.
it comes to movies and stuff. So
Oh,
we'll be looking for you in the movies.
yes.
Eventually.
I have to make that happen. Have to
You
make
have
that
to make that happen so I can say that's my
be
baby.
like, yeah.
That's my son.
I also want to do feature films in the horror franchise too. I am scary, but I think it would be so much fun being a part of a story to
Mhm.
where I can be scared.
If that's not reverse psychology, I don't know what is.
I think
Okay.
that would be so fun.
Okay. And how do you plan on getting there? We shoot a lot. There's a lot of stuff shot here in Atlanta. So,
Yes.
there are a lot of studio things going on here in Atlanta and people coming here left, right, and backwards. So, how do you
Right.
plan on ascertaining that for yourself?
Really just expanding my network, using my finances, strategizing using my finances when it comes to these things because putting into yourself plays such an
Yes.
important part to when it comes to all of this. So just getting all of those specific things together to where I can present myself good enough to where it can be like, okay, we want you. and then grow from there and expand my network, people I meet, and just stay my authentic self. Like, you never know who you might come across.
That's right. That's right. Do you get asked if you model when you go out?
Yes. Yes, I
And
do.
you know why, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody why. Why? What? I know. I know why. You tell everybody else why. Why do you get asked that question?
Either they see my smile, or sometimes it's just my face.
Yeah, and I'm sure sometimes because I'm not mistaken. Sometimes you practice when you're just walking around.
Yes, I do that unconsciously sometimes. People catch it.
You
People
model,
be
don't
catching
you?
that.
You
Yes.
model, don't
They
you?
were
Is that
like, I
what
was
they
like,
say?
oh, I was walking. They was like, are you model walking? I'm like, oops, yeah, I model.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. You should always practice wherever you can get it in and fit it in. I practice
Right.
on the parking lot on the lines.
Right.
Yeah, I do. You know, when I'm putting groceries in the car and I got a line or something, I'll walk down that line just one or
Right.
two times.
Good. And that's your aisle.
That's my aisle, my lane. Yes, yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So you're into acting. You want to get into you're into theater. You're in college now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What were you sophomores?
Yes, I'm in my sophomore year right now.
Okay. What's your major?
Film. But
It's fair.
I am looking into changing it into marketing. Just because of I think it will fit my vision
Mm-hmm.
and the things that I've basically learned throughout. I've been modeling consistently recently, and just the things I've learned through that, I think marketing would be up the alley now. But all of it's really trial and error.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. You know, they normally change. You normally change your major, 2 to 3 times when you're in college, 2, 3, maybe 4 times at the top,
Mhm.
till you really find what your calling is. And it sounds like you know what you want to do, which means you got a good level head on your
Yes.
So when you get into marketing, what part of marketing are you going to really focus in on? What's going to be your specialty, you think?
Um, Market myself, if that counts.
Marketing yourself? Hey, that's a good answer, baby. Yes.
Right.
That's a good answer. So theater, modeling, commercial work. What about commercial work?
Yes, I have not done commercial work. I need to get into that.
Mm-hmm. Are you with any of the organizations that promote that, like Backroom and Backstage or whatever it's called? Or
But I do have backstage, but
mm-hmm.
I'm right now, since from what I've learned through consistently modeling, I want to, before I put my money back into backstage, because that's actually where I got received my first ever model gig, backstage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's great. I've seen a lot of great things on there. What I do want to do is make my, not perfect because nothing's perfect, but basically update everything the way I can, the best way I can, or to
Mm-hmm.
the fullest potential I can at this point of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But then I could put my money back into it, and I'm like, okay, I have this. I've gotten better in these things. I don't want to use anything old anymore because
Mm-hmm.
I've gained so much skill. So I want to have this lined up, this lined up, this lined up, and the whole nine.
Well, good for you. Do you keep a model budget?
No.
Do you keep a model bag in your car?
No.
Shame on you.
I pack it. I be unpacking it and packing it every now and then, every time we have a show and things like that.
You should always keep a model bag. Men
I
should keep a
know.
model bag just like women should keep a model bag.
Yes.
Just
I have to fix
get a
one.
whole different bag. Get a whole different bag. Keep that one bag in the car. That's your staples, your standards,
Mm,
your hard soles, your black slacks, your black t-shirt, white jeans, deodorant,
right.
things you know that you need if you go to a casting.
Right. The essential stuff.
The essentials. So just get a bag, get you a a bag, and just put your stuff in there that you know you need, and keep a whole separate bag just in case. And then whatever you need to bring with you, just bring another bag. Because
Mhm.
every show is going to be different, but you just may need to fall back on those staples, and they're already there in your car, and you don't have to pack them up and put them in the new bag.
Right.
So that's my tip for you, to put your model bag in the car, because you never know who you're going to run into that might want to snap a picture or two.
Right. Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. You are
Thank
so welcome. What have you learned in watching what's going on in the Atlanta market?
you. I see that it's not the same as your typical New York or LA. I am still new when it comes to the knowledge, but I do know that for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
do think it's growing in its own creative Atlanta way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to get you black, but you're safe here. You can say whatever you need to say, however you need to say it. This is a show about the good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. You can
Okay.
talk about whatever you want to talk about. Whatever's done in the dark gonna come out in the light, because if we don't bring it out in the light, it'll never change.
Right.
That's why we have Models Talk. Look at you here.
Uh,
That's some serious urban, baby.
uh-huh. That was it. That's the second from the first runway show I did at the school. I made a friend and he brought me to this fashion show. This was West Haven's Mansion fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
And he had got a text from one of the head people and was like, I think that yes, they invited him to sing. And I was with him. And then they
Wait, is this something else in the repertoire? You sing too, Julia? Were you not supposed to tell me that?
you
Julia, you're just a ball of tricks. You're just a big old bag of tricks, bro. He sings too. So are you going to be
Hold the
singing at
hands
the
up.
show that
Excuse
we're
me?
in together? Are you performing? Look,
No.
la 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 la.
No.
You're not going to be singing in the show that we're in?
No.
No, you're just modeling. Well, they ain't just modeling. You're working.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so he had asked you to sing to whatever.
Um the lady asked him to come and sing and we had such a close bond. He basically texted her back and was like, this is my talent. I'm not coming unless he comes. You have to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And we went. I was kind of nervous. I'm like, dang, you just pushed me up under there like that. What do these people don't want me for real? Like they don't need me. And I came. Um, we was all lined up. I was nervous because this was like my first time ever, like with the designers looking at you, see what they want to put you in and stuff like that. So I'm like, so I was really kind of like this because like I didn't think I was gonna get picked by anyone,
Come
but
on,
I ended up
yeah.
getting picked, and I walked. I had fun. I connected with the people that was around. It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It had someone come out there sing. He sang that who I came with, and it was a good time. I'm like, okay, I can do this more.
Mm-hmm. You can do this more, and
Mhm.
it's building your confidence.
Yes, every time.
What were you not confident in within yourself?
Um, I would I would just say really being seen, letting
Mm-hmm.
myself be seen.
Mm-hmm. Why not? There's got to be a reason why you were introverted. There's got to be a reason.
Um, I would say I'm still doing the self discovery with that, but for the most part, I would say with all the other different people in the room, you could have the people that's bigger than you, smaller than you, built better than you, and excuse me, and I guess that might have been what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the people that already know each other, and it was just I don't know, it just made me feel like, you know,
Mm-hmm. You kind of shrank away.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you just a wonderful young man. You're
thank
very
you,
venerable. You're very pleasurable to be around. You silly. I love your silly side. I
thank
saw
you.
that in you when I first met you. And I had to have you on the show because you're up and coming and you're a newbie. You know, that's what we call you
Mhm.
people that are under 5 years.
Yes.
You know, and let you be on a platform where you could speak your piece and talk about what you're doing and how you're doing it and how to get there because you inspire other people, Jalil.
Yes. And that's the goal. That's the main goal. That's honestly that's where I'm really seeking fulfillment at, being able to really inspire. And I know if I want to do that, I really have to push myself out there. Like
Mhm.
I'm talking about jump off a cliff and trust fall. And
Mhm.
I'm still doing that discovery now.
And that's good. You know, you can see it in your, like I said, when we do run throughs and stuff like that, when we've done fashion shows and we've been together a couple of times, you
Mm.
know, on stage and doing rehearsals and things like that. And I've watched you learn from each time that you go out there, which I think is amazing because you pick up on it like this in an
Yes,
instant.
that is.
You pick up little things, the nuances, and a lot of people don't do that. They don't pick up the nuances from their fellow, you know, models or the people that are around them. You know, because we love as female models, we learn stuff from you male models as well. Because if we're walking in a man's suit, we need to know how to walk in a man's suit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we watch you guys as well, just like you guys watch us and our feet, our footwork. You know, like I don't know how y'all do it in them stilettos, but we got to learn how to do it in these hard sole shoes. You know, and so but you pick up on nuances very well. Where did that come from? How did you learn to pick up so quick?
I honestly don't know. I think that's a skill I have.
Mm-hmm.
Even just doing everything from starting off with the theater, going into film, and then into modeling, I've seen that I'm able to. A lot of people, everyone who I really come across, say they show me, and I can like that. I'm like, okay, I think that's just a skill I have.
Mm-hmm. Do, do you admire that about yourself?
Yes, I think that's a cool thing to be able to do.
I think so too. I absolutely think so too. Okay, so in 5 years, you seeing yourself as an inspiration to others. But where are you going to be as far as the platform that you're going to be leaping from? Is it going to be in modeling? Is it going to be in film? Is it going to be doing commercial work? Is it going to be in print work? Is it going to be doing editorials? Because baby, you flow in any genre. You fit in any genre.
Yeah. To be honest, all of the above. I want to come. I'm coming for everything. That's what I'm working on now. All of the above. To be
Mhm.
honest.
And do you have any preference over
Mm,
anything? Like, is there a one, two, and three, four, five?
mm, but and you're asking like in order.
Mm-hmm. Like, do
I
you
would
like
say
modeling? Is modeling your number one? Then film your number two? Then so on and so on.
I love everything. I love everything equally. Like it really doesn't come in numbers. Now that I really think about it. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like even when I do these things and I don't I don't find myself like going to research a lot. I really enjoy doing self-discovery. I like digging down in myself and mentally, emotionally, and physically. Do I really like this? Is this something that I want to do? Even from when I had my first calling in high school and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, this is the vision. Each time I obtain something new or I trust fall into something,
Mm-hmm.
I get myself to grab it a little bit. I do that self discovery, see if to find my true passion in it, see
Mm-hmm.
what type of passion I have in it, how
Mm-hmm.
hard I will go for it, and then I mean, everything I've been doing, it's been really leveling out, equaling the same. So I'm just like, okay,
I like the term trust fall. Where does that come from? See for me. I went when you said trust fall. That is something we did in meetings and to learn how to trust one another on the job. You
mm,
know, because I was in retail for so long, and we would do these retreats and stuff like that as managers and stuff, and we would do what's called a trust fall, where you literally fall back in somebody's arms and they.
oh
I
wow.
mean, that's what we did. You know, so did that come from that terminology? Come from that, or where did you get it from?
Um, I got it from, well, I have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times in the past I've caught myself like freezing up, especially, and it hurts. I feel like it hurts the most or it kills the most when you know you're able to do it and
Mm-hmm.
you're just stopped from it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So trust fall really just came from just jumping with the wind. Just jumping with the wind and going for it. Especially when it comes to having visions or goals. You have to trust fall. You're gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
trust fall. That's just something I think that is a huge requirement. This is something new I came up with recently, but I do think in my self discovery when it comes to these things, I really enjoy doing and want to grow on them and expand on them and meet my big vision and probably even surpass that.
Mm-hmm.
I have to trust fall.
Mm-hmm. Now, you sound like a very zen young man for your age category to be looking into oneself in your generation. You know, that's kind of deep. That's really deep. What made you start looking within first?
Um, it was the calling. It goes all back to the calling. I have all of this stuff. I was given the vision, and the vision was bright. It was big, and it made me happy. So,
Oh, look at the magazine.
oh.
You look like a black Clark Kent. I saw that, and the first thing I said, if he don't look like a black Clark Kent,
Oh wow.
from Milledgeville.
Oh, not from Villageville.
Yeah, from Milledgeville. I don't know why I went to Milledgeville, but that's just some little hokey town, you know. But yes, tell me about this.
This is actually this is the first magazine I was put in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I filled out a questionnaire and I was referred to by Miss B who does Avenue X. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
thankful for her. She's
Thank
done a lot for me. Um, and the guy who's over the magazine, he loved my responses. He loved how I answered them. He loved how I was writing. And he was basically like, you get this reaches a certain amount of audience, you're gonna get put in there. So I'm like, shoot, yeah, I want to be in it. So I
mm-hmm.
was sending it out. Sending it to everybody to go look at, and then he sent it to me. It's like, boom, there you go. And I'm like, oh snap.
We on to something new.
Right.
Wow. How many magazines have? Oh, look, this is here you are
Uh,
walking. Look at that feet. Them
that's
feet. Look at them feet. One in front of the other, baby.
uh-huh.
And
One
in the
of the other.
pocket. That's what I'm talking about.
That's from streetwear. That was from the streetwear fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the one of the first, to me, biggest shows that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun experience. We had a lot of training when it comes to footwork, the pivot and the walk. Even the model coach we had, he was really on it. I like that. I like when I have someone who can challenge us.
Mm-hmm. And what was he teaching you? Pivots, turns, back.
Pivot, turns, when it comes to posing,
Mm-hmm.
pausing and letting the photographer capture your clothes in the
Mm-hmm.
pose, the way you hold your head, the way
Mm-hmm.
you position yourself while posing. It was like a little, he tackled a little the little small things when it comes to walking.
Right.
And he
Right.
challenged us with all that.
You post very well. You do, and
Thank you.
because you do, you'll shift your shoulders, and you don't even realize you're doing it. These are things that I notice, because I mean, I'm not watching to critique, but I'm watching
Hmm.
just to see those little nuances that we're talking about. That you learn as you grow, and baby, you pick up on them very easily. I mean, I see you watching Avery. Avery, I see you watching Avery, the old man in the room. Yes, Mr. Avery. Avery Bowman.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And he's awesome on the runway. And
Yeah.
I've seen you watching Avery. I've seen you watching some of the young brothers too. And you pick up on just little, even with the head, when you tilt. You know, when you tilt your head just a little bit straight up,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I noticed, or when you got your chin turned out, you know, and then your head, like you
You got good eyes. You got good eyes.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. What else could you bring in another 5 years after you've been in this game for, let's say, another 2 years and you're up on your 5 year mark and you got another 5 years coming and you're growing as a young man and you know, you're in your 20s, you know, what do you think you're going to bring to the table?
I honestly think that I'd be able to instruct myself. That's part of the goal and vision as well. I want to be able to push others. There's lots of people walking around that can't take that extra oomph, and I want to be able to help them and learn how to do the different ways. Everybody doesn't get up the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Learn how to do the different ways to help someone get up, do something that could change their life or bring them something passionate or happy or something to just smile about or something to do for fun, you know?
So you would like to coach as well.
Yes. Yes.
Not,
Definitely see myself coaching.
I could see you coaching teenagers.
Yes.
Like 13 to 17. I can see you coaching teenagers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
niche group right there. Absolutely. And I can say that give yourself another 3 years. You can start coaching, you know, because you're gonna in 3 years you're gonna learn a lot. I
Yeah.
know because you always are working on your craft. And that's what I admire about you. That's another reason I wanted you on Models Talk, because
Thank you.
your growth and how you work on your craft, even with the slightest little movement, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
even when you are the only guy in the room. I've seen it, and you've had to be an escort to the girls and stuff several times over. You know, I've seen
Yeah.
you. Yeah, yeah. So, would you ever want to do an agency and be with an agency, or continue to be freelance?
I
Or which
do.
are you with an agency?
No, I'm not with an agency. I would love to be with the agency just to be able to expand my craft, get to not yes meet the dreams that I have and the visions and goals that I have, and to be able to reach those higher standpoints when it comes to getting gigs and things like that.
Okay,
Because
tell you something right now. We're gonna change that verbiage. Getting gigs. It's not a gig if you're passionate about it. A gig is something you just do. When you're passionate about something, it's a job, but it's a job that you love to do. Therefore, it's not a job.
the job.
Okay? You get a
Okay.
job because that's going to sustain you. A gig is just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. You're so
it's
correct.
just something. So we're going to change that verbiage right now.
You're gonna change the verbiage.
Mama Zahara has spoken, or Auntie Zahara has spoken, whatever you want to call me. I do the
Mama
same.
Zahara.
You know, I know you know who Nate is, you know, and he's a model as well. And I do the same, I call him nephew. And I do the same thing to Nate. I do it to any model that I think that's worth their salt. So I'm just giving little tips. Little tip is take it or leave it. But when you're talking about doing the job, and when you're doing a job and you're passionate about it, it's no longer a job. It's something that you're passionate about. You know, and when you do a gig, this is all on me. When you're doing a gig, it's just something. Yeah, okay, it's a gig. I'll do it today, but it's not something that's long term necessarily.
Right.
That's the way I see it. I'm old school. I'm real old school. You know, so I'm just departing knowledge and wisdom.
You're not lying though. That you're correct on that.
You know, I'm just departing knowledge and wisdom. I see you doing things that you're passionate about in the future, in the near future. I see you coming through college in marketing, but investing in yourself to do so much more
Yes.
out there.
Thank
And I
you.
don't think you're just going to be doing marketing for you. You're going to realize how expensive marketing can be for other people, and they're going to need your skill set. And you're going to have it all the way around,
Mm-hmm.
all the way around. You're gonna be able to speak to some of everything, and you're gonna be in demand, babe. You're gonna be in demand. You know.
Yes.
So I'm gonna claim.
That's
Look at.
what.
Look,
Uh, getting
yes,
getting that
yes,
shot was
baby.
intense.
That's ridiculous.
I love
Yes,
those
you like
pictures.
you
I
you
love
gonna
those.
you gonna eat somebody alive.
Yeah. I love those pictures. That's what Miss B was getting me on my eyes. How you do your
Mm-hmm.
eyes, the head positioning, fixing my mouth, the way you hold your mouth with your jaw and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I was just like, geez. After we took the pictures, I was just thinking, I'm like, ooh, okay,
Modeling
okay,
ain't easy, Grace.
right,
It ain't easy. Everybody thinks modeling is just getting about them and it's about the pretty, but it's not.
right. It's
It's
not
work. That's why we should be paid all the time.
right.
You know, models should be paid all the time for what they do. I mean, you come in there and represent and present, you know, models should be paid. I mean, and there's levels that everybody's at that, you know, there's going to be differences everywhere, you
Yes,
know,
I,
but everybody should be compensated for what they bring to the table.
right.
That's just the way I feel. That picture could go in a magazine.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. I can see that in a magazine, in
The other
print.
one, the other one went in the was ended up in the magazine. It's with
Which
that
one?
the thing cover. It's covering my eye a little bit though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. Now, how was that when you saw it in the magazine? Did you jump for joy?
Yes, 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 yes. That was I was like just
I
yes,
like
yeah.
that. That's cool. Yeah. And I'm sure you want to do more in magazines and be shot for magazine
Yeah.
layouts and things like that. Have you ever thought about doing editorial work?
Yes. I've been working on that was a bit of a struggle when I
Mm-hmm,
first did it because that's what Miss B wanted out of the group of us that she selected was editorial. And
mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there stuck like I don't okay, move my jacket a little bit. And then I see all these other extravagant moves and stuff. I'm like, okay, okay. And I'm a copy and paste type of dude. So after I went and I'm watching everybody, I'm like, okay, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. All right, I'm ready for the next time.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, you know, you get the magazines and you start scrolling through the magazines, and that's a bit of advice I'd give you too. You ain't got to invest a whole bunch of money in magazines to get it, but you know, look at editorial pages and things like that, and look at
Mhm.
the line. You know, one thing you definitely have to learn is your own personal line. You know,
Right.
and you're learning that as you grow. You know, but you know, if you can get a friend just to take pictures of you doing different movements on the couch, you know, or on a bed,
Hmm.
you know, stretching out and moving your body different ways with different types of lighting, with the light bright and the light low, and to pick up shadow and things like that. That's a
Yeah.
way to practice that. I mean, for sheep, because that's how I learned for sheep. You know, just practicing at home and doing different shots, having my husband take different shots in different positions and things
Hmm.
like that. Learning through magazines, you know, because I've been doing this for over 50 years. So, you know, I've learned a whole bunch from different decades, you know, and
You
so
got the knowledge.
well, thank you. I try to have knowledge and I try to share the wealth. I don't believe in holding it all in. I believe in spreading it out and helping other people be better at what they want to, their passion to be, just like you
Hmm.
be a
Yes.
help. That's
Thank
the
you.
same thing that I like doing is helping other people as well get to that next level or, you know, improve their craft, you know, and make themselves better, you know, and push yourself, you know, because those are the things that I had to do. And then coming back out as a senior model, you know, that's something I had to do even more because I had to relearn a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So just a tidbit of information, you baby, you could practice at home doing editorial. You can get you know, your stand and your ring light and you know, your little clicker and take your own thing
Right.
on, you know, just practice.
Hmm.
That's all it takes. You
Yeah.
know, and before you practice, by the time you get on set with someone, it'll be second nature.
Right.
You ain't got to print out all the pictures. You ain't even got to keep all the pictures. You know how to delete a picture. You know, if you don't like it, you know, or you can send us. Sometimes we don't like our pictures, but it's the picture. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah.
You take a picture that is ugly. Yo, you think it's ugly, but somebody else think it's dope as hell.
All right.
That's editorial. That's where the editorial becomes editorial. When somebody else looks at it and says, "No, that's art. Don't delete that." You know.
Right. You be like, no, I want to delete it.
No, I want to delete it. I don't want y'all to see that one. The face is all wrong. You think the face is wrong, but for what's going on in the shot, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when it comes down to it, what final advice do you have for up and comings? Stop
I'd
it,
say,
Lewis. Lewis got final thoughts, Mr. Luther Cross.
I'd say learn how to trust fall. Find what you believe in, find what you love, and know that doesn't happen overnight. But once you do that, learn how to trust fall and trust God with whatever you're giving to him. And building your confidence. But you can't build your confidence unless you are knowledgeable and are aware enough to be able to trust fall.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're able to do that, it helps you learn yourself in a way, and it'll help you be able to stand out uniquely.
Baby, that's why I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
If you could change any one thing in the industry here in Atlanta that is a negative, what would it be?
Compensation towards all models, anytime, every time. I just simply think it's because of the work that it takes when it comes up to the show. The time out the day a model is putting in to be able to present whatever project it is, whether it's a photo shoot, runway, you name it. But I do think there's a certain level to it. There's you learning and then knowing your P's and Q's. So then it's time to get compensated.
I agree 100%. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Jalil. Let's see.
Yes.
A chair is it's so silly.
No,
it's a chair, even if no one is sitting there. I would say go ahead and sing us out, Jalil. Go ahead and sing us out. But I not like that.
I'm not ready for that yet.
That's okay. That is okay. Baby, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I look so forward to working with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're going to come back when you get that dancing thing going.
I got you.
You got me? Okay. Look.
Hey.
Can you Only Lewis Jones. Only the one and only Lewis Jones. What can I say? I love me some Lewis Jones, but he crazy as all get out. All right, darling. This is your girl, Zahara Gihana, saying yes, yes, yes. Good night, Jalil.
Good night.
Hello, everyone. This is Zahara Gihana from Modelz Talk. As the holiday season approach, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our participants and fans for their unwavering support. Wishing everyone safe travels and happy holidays from my family to yours. This is your girl, Zahara Gihana. Bye-bye.